This video is going to be all about manifesting. It's going to be manifesting 101. Just to make it clear, as human beings, as this body with the brain and the heart and the nervous system, we don't bring forth anything. We are the tools, we are the vessel, God, source, the universe. That is the power that brings forth everything. That is what manifests everything. It comes from pure consciousness. Because if you want to think about it logically, we are experiencing everything through consciousness. Everything we see in this reality, especially that's man-made, it came from imagination. It came from pure consciousness. But even going to the plants, to ourselves, to everything, it is experienced from pure consciousness. The formless, infinite, omnipresent, pure consciousness. Just think about real quick how we're even born. Like a little sperm cell and a little egg combine, and it just creates this human that grows in the womb and then is birthed. Everything is insane how it just works out in perfect harmony, how our hearts beat and blood flows through our body and all the organs work in harmony and all our cells are doing its part without us even thinking about it. That is the power that manifests. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. I just had a stream of consciousness thinking about manifestation and trying to break it down in a simple way. So I wrote a lot of it in my notes, and I don't want to miss anything, so I am going to be reading a lot of this off my phone. So let's just get started with the Bible verse. So Mark 11:24, therefore I say unto you, whatsoever things you desire, when you pray, believe that you have received them, and you shall have them. So this is Jesus just straight up telling you how to manifest. Believe that you have already received them, that you already have them, and they will be yours. It's not believe that you will receive them or they will come. No, it's believe that you have them, believe that you receive them. So the whole thing about manifestation is internally embodying the energy that you desire and maintaining it, and you will attract it. This is the law of attraction. This is the law of correspondence, as above, so below. If you embody it, if you embody the frequency, the energy, the spiritual and emotional realm, and maintain it, then it will materialize in the physical realm. So like I said, everything is consciousness. The world is mental. The all is mind. Everything is consciousness. The world is mental. So when you have an image of a desired reality of your ideal self, what that person thinks and feels and does to get there, and you embody it and you move forward with it, your life will start to reflect the people, the information, the circumstances, and the environments that you end up in, the synchronicities, everything will start to align if you embody and maintain that energy. The problem most people face is that they embody this energy until reality tries to tell them otherwise, and then they get knocked off that internal state and energy, and they're operating at their old frequency, so then they get their old reality. The key is to embody your new desired frequency, your new desired internal state, and maintain that. Because we live in the physical realm, with duality, with space and time. So there's a delay period where you have to prove to the world and to God that you are who you say you are. So there's that small gap of time where you do have to stabilize with the world and prove that you are what you are embodying. You cannot get knocked off from things that happen outside of you. You have to have that internal authority to embody your desired frequency and maintain it through time. Things will start to attract, things will start to manifest, and you'll realize your true power within. So here I kind of put a checklist on how we manifest. So the first point is to be still and to be as that I am presence. There's another Bible quote, be still and know that I am God. So in the stillness, in the silence, when we detach from all of the external environment, remove identification, when we remove the conditioning, when we sit in the stillness, in the center of consciousness, that is that I am presence. That is what is perceiving everything, pure conscious awareness. That is your true self. So the first step is to be still and to be as that I am presence that is in every single one of us, that is allowing us to experience all of this reality. The second point, when you're in that stillness, when you're in that center of consciousness, righteous intuitive desires begin to arise. And from that pure consciousness, you get a vision to experience it in this physical world, to experience a materialization of that perfection. This is a vision, a desired reality, an ideal self. You imagine a preference of who you want to become, of who you want to be. So that is the pure I am consciousness creating a preference, This is now something that you can become in this physical world. In the stillness, as that I am presence, you have a righteous intuitive desire, a vision, a purpose, a preference to materialize in the physical. The third step is to cultivate and embody resonant feelings within. So the emotion, the energy within. We are energetic beings, and we have this tool set and this instrument and vessel of a body with a heart and a mind. And these are literally electrical magnetic tools that attract, that produce energy, and we can cultivate and embody feelings from within. You could literally sit there, close your eyes, and imagine yourself in your ideal reality as your ideal self, and you'll start to feel feelings of security, of love, of peace, bliss, fulfillment. So that is your true self. And this is the tool and the instrument and the power that we have within. And this is the tool set that we have to cultivate that energy, to maintain it, and to bring forth our desired reality and our vision into the physical realm. So the next step is to walk forward with faith, maintaining that internal energy within, that desired frequency within. And as you embody that energy and maintain it and walk forward with it, you will start to attract the resonant experiences, people, information, and you'll start to notice these synchronicities pop up, and everything starts to flow in perfect harmony with your vision. Here's another Bible verse that resonates with manifestation. Matthew 6:33, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added onto you. So seek first the kingdom of God, seek first heaven and God's righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. As above, so below. What you maintain in consciousness and in frequency, you materialize in the physical. So as above, so below, on earth as it is in heaven. Seek first the kingdom of heaven and God's righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. So you do not seek in the external reality for any validation, for any proof. You seek the kingdom of God. You seek first heaven within, the peace, the stillness, the calm, that still I am presence. That is where you seek righteous intuition. That is where the vision arises that is mutually beneficial to all, that is increasing the well-being of humanity, and it is truly righteous. It is loving, kind. So that is seeking first the kingdom of heaven, and that is pretty much manifestation. You seek first the kingdom of heaven and God's righteousness, and all these things will be added onto you. Seek first the pure consciousness. You get that vision, that righteous intuitive vision, and you commit to it fully. You orient your identity, your behaviors, your capabilities, and everything starts to shape around that vision, that righteous vision, and all these things are added onto you by God's grace. So this is manifestation. This is seeking first the kingdom of heaven and having all these things added onto you. And that is why I said in the beginning, we don't manifest anything. We just have the responsibility to steer the ship, to steer our conscious mind and focus on our ideal reality and maintain that focus. No matter the external circumstances, we have that internal authority to maintain focus, to maintain aligned actions no matter what happens, and then all these things are attracted and manifested onto us. God does all the work. Only God alone exists, playing out as all these things. So when we commit to the vision, when we commit to righteous aligned actions, we experience heaven on earth. We experience lovely, harmonious experiences, harmonious, wonderful relationships. You know, all these things are added onto us when we commit to a righteous vision, when we focus and give our energy and give meaning to what we desire. Everything plays their perfect role in harmony and contribution to your vision. God's righteousness and all these things added onto you by God's grace and God's grace alone. You simply commit to the vision, maintain focus, maintain aligned action, and maintain that desired internal state and frequency, and all of these things will be attracted onto you. You will experience it more and more so each day with increasing frequency. The people, the information, the circumstances, the environments, everything will start to shape as long as you focus and maintain on your desired reality and maintain that desired frequency and internal state. So we have the two gifts of speech and mind, of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. I like to think of it as the conscious mind being the gardener and the subconscious mind is the garden. So we have the power and responsibility to plant empowering, lovely, desired seeds. You know, seeds that align with our vision, that align with our ideal self and our desired reality. We have the responsibility to plant aligned seeds to the vision. We nurse them, and as they grow, we experience the fruits of the seeds that we plant. So the conscious mind is that conscious focus. It is where we put our focus, it is where we aim our energy, and we are responsible for that. That's why it's so important to have that internal authority and to be very intentional and conscious with where you spend your time and energy, because there's an infinite amount of distractions in this world and so many things that try to steal your energy, that try to steal your focus and your time. And that is why so many people are lost and slaves to this system. But when you gain internal authority and realize the power of your focus and of your conscious awareness, that is when you can intentionally focus your attention on what you desire and align with everything that is one with the vision. And you start to consciously aim. It is like steering a ship, it's the steering wheel for the subconscious mind. So make sure you're aimed and focused on your desired reality and everything that you want to manifest. The cause is within, it is the internal, the effect is the external. This experience, this external reality is one with pure consciousness, the internal. It's an expression, a temporary experience playing out from our consciousness. This is what I like to call God's play. It's like we're all individual expressions of God playing out God's play, God experiencing God and God realizing God. We have the power to change our reality. Our external reality is a reflection of our maintained internal state. So we change the external by consciously changing the internal, living from our desired reality, from the feelings of the wish already fulfilled, walking with faith, consciously embodying our desired reality and maintaining it, and having that internal authority to maintain that internal state no matter the external circumstances. So we do have the power to imagine and visualize and cultivate our desired emotions and embody our desired state. Some embodiment practices: gratitude, affirmations, visualization, vision boards, scripting, and revision. But none of these techniques work unless you can cultivate emotional intensity with them. That is why it's so important that you find what works for you, what personally gets you to cultivate your desired emotional state, what techniques work for you specifically that allow you to not only cultivate and embody it, but maintain it along your journey. Most important thing is to realize that all the power is within you, the cause is within, and you have the power and responsibility to cultivate, embody, and maintain your desired state within. And just move forward. Commit to a righteous vision, align with all that you desire, and move forward no matter the external circumstance. As you move forward, you will start to experience and witness your external reality reflect your internal state. So when you're able to embody and maintain your desired internal state, you will start to see it reflected in your reality, like I said, through the people, the information, the circumstances, environments, all these different synchronicities. You will see it more and more so as you maintain that internal state. So for the first time, my camera just overheated, but yeah, that's Manifestation 101. I trust you found some value in this video. If you want any more information about it, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next video. Truth and love always. Don't get brainwashed. Peace. Love you.